Okay, everyone, this is Dr. Shahriar, and today we have an orientation class actually. So I'm just going to demonstrate today. Basically, it's not really a class. So because the admission process is going on and we're very busy with the admission things, so we'll start shortly. So no worries about that one. And we need to form a different group as well at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate a few things today. So this is our class like on MC clinical. So it will be a like at least 4 months course actually, with including the physical examination. It could be like around 4.5 months possible. So a basic question might come like, when I should, take the exam, what's your plan, what are the books you are going to use. There's certain other academies or why we should choose you. So the certain questions and all these things came. So we'll try to clear some of those actually. And what would be the schedule and what would be the things, would be the dates, all these things we'll clear today. Okay, and let's just start. Like, so we have the both section, MC clinical. I think most of you know me from the MCQ side. I think more popular on that one actually. So we are starting this MC clinical, like, because so many of our candidates are they're going for this MC clinical, and I myself has finished it in last year. So I was just thinking like, okay, let's, in the best time came, then I should join, I should start the MC clinical. So many requested earlier, but I said like, when I'll feel I'll ready, only that time I'll start actually. So I was just feeling like, okay, maybe I'm ready now actually for the MC clinical. Okay, so here's the thing, like, what's our plan first of all? Okay, so let's discuss like some of these things. Okay, so as you can see, we'll cover the theory for you, like, few things, because most are joining are my students actually. They know me, like, how I like to proceed. So I don't need to demonstrate them that much, like, normally, in my MCQ classes, I used to go with the theories, I used to go with the recalls, because I didn't know, how good your theory are. So that's the thing actually. So you need to go with proper theory, at the same time you need to go with proper recalls actually. Yeah, maybe you are thinking your theory is good, but sometimes it's not true actually. So there's certain theories also required for the MC clinical actually. Rather than theory, I should also use a term like, approach is very important for MC clinical actually. And another thing, like, people just keep asking about feedbacks and all other things. Those are not always true, guys. Like, you need to create your own style. That's the key to success actually. So we'll discuss one by one. Like, so you can see the outlines, what's our plan. So you can see we'll cover theory, tick. Okay, we'll cover recalls. Okay, we'll cover recalls. I like to proceed like in the same way, like, I used to take classes on example, one day I used to take the theory, one day I used to take the recalls. So in the same way I like to proceed here. Then there'd be, role play. I'll teach you how to do the role play. So that's, most important thing. And those are inactive, those are my strengths. They know me. I'm good, at the same time I'm very strict actually. So whatever the task and the home task, whatever you say would be given, you have to perform. uh, don't like to hear excuses first of all. And role play, that's quite a unique thing we are doing. I don't think so anyone has done it. So role play, like that, the outdoor 2 minute, inside 8 minute, that particular thing. Maybe I'll demonstrate you actually. Already one I uploaded, but that was not in our studio, that was in just in a near my house actually. Because but I have taken office and their professional studio set up and all these things are there. So you will get to see the original demonstration role play live, how it looks like. Okay, you will be given home task at home. So you have to perform this. We'll talk about this. What do I mean by home task? Is it a MCQ exam or something? No, it's not like that. Okay, but we'll talk about that very soon. Okay, we'll try to get a study partner for you. It's this, see, this is very important. You're sitting giving excuses, I have a kid and all these things, but see, you have to pass, right? So you have to push yourself. Not every day we're asking, but at least one two day you can. So we'll try to, because most of you are from Melbourne, Sydney, Dhaka, and nearby countries. So we'll request you, maybe one particular place, one candidate is, have a place maybe in more popular place. You all can go there and do some role playing and all these things, and record all these things. We'll talk about that one, how to do that, and how to send us. So this would be a game changer, I think. Like I will make you practice somehow, don't worry. Okay, so try to get a study partner. That's the most important thing. Also feedback. Okay, maybe I'm using the Facebook media, so maybe you're thinking, okay, how can feedback? So you can anytime upload in the group, like, doctor, we want to see a case like this. Okay, this one is came in the last month, this thing. So we'll make file, we'll make videos for you, we'll upload those things actually at the same time. And about the role play and all those things, we'll try to provide at the same time. Okay, so don't worry about that one. And most importantly, some people are thinking, okay, how to do role play with you. See, rather than doing role play with me, like even if you have gone through like maybe Australian center, like how much role play you can do with a mentor, to be honest, maybe hardly in whole course, one time, two time, that's not enough. So it's better to use those role play. Actually, you can use most of the time your study partner. So we'll try to push you, and we'll try to make you some videos, do some role play with your study partner. We'll try to correct them, because see, you are doing with me, maybe that time you're prepared, but other time how you're doing, we don't know. So we'll try to see that actually. So it's okay. Everyone has a mobile these days, so you can shoot, so it's not a problem. So we'll make closed groups and all these things. We'll upload you have to upload the video actually in those closed groups. Actually, we'll also make videos. Actually, we'll upload, like, this is how the stations should be, and this is how you should perform. But so we also want you to perform in the same way, or any new cases you might see, you perform that one with your study partner. You can also upload that one for the feedback. So in that one, we'll give you the feedback. Okay, so that's a unique style, I think. Next one, the class schedule. Okay, we'll see that soon. And physical examination in general, and physical examination 1 week special, that's a separate one. Okay, that could be in Dhaka. We have office, so you can come here and do it face to face. That's not a problem. And we're planning to do that also in Sydney and also in Melbourne, actually, like 7 weeks. So that would be a little separate actually from the course. But in general, some ideas about the physical examination will, of course, will give you. Okay, so next up, in the theory classes, what we are going to discuss, if you see, like, we'll start with the pediatrics, then the medicine, surgery, then psychiatry, some legal issues, then gynecology, obstetrics, and some miscellaneous. Okay, so this would be the one-sided class, and those would be the theory day. One day, as like the same MCQ is to do, like one day we'll go for the theory. That's mandatory, again, I'm telling. And the theory part, probably I would like to teach from Karen Notes and the John Murtagh, because John Murtagh, I'm sure all of you have studied, so it will be very easy to revise. But at the same time, you also need the Karen Notes. Okay, so you need to remember that one. About the recalls, okay, recalls also relevant. Recalls will try to do in some other days. Okay, so like you can see the siren here. Yeah, it's actually like the recalls are creepy. At the same time important. If you get common, that's okay, but I'm telling one thing, you need to create your own style. Recalls are creepy, not everything. Concept and approach is everything. Your own style, how you're approaching according to the situation, what that other person has said in that day, that's not very important. Okay, that's not very important. So pediatric, then medicine, surgery, psychiatry, so all things are included. See how much things we're going to cover. Theory, then the recalls. So many things we're going to cover. Okay, so we'll like to cover Karen notes, the important section of the Karen note, to the point. Actually, I would say to the point, it's better. Karen notes is also huge. So my Karen notes is probably already Karen notes you will find in our file section. So it's already uploaded. So during the class, I will mark it for you. So it's better you have the soft copy and as well as the hard copy of this one. The one I have provided, with 412 page. So the relevant thing I will try to cover for you. It look like this right now. Okay, so somehow it looks like this. The important things I will cover for you, and also I'll tell you at the same time what to tell in a station, actually, from the beginning to the end. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Okay, so these are the things. So we'll cover, as you can see, the Karen notes, John Murtagh. Okay, I like to use the 7th edition actually, guys, because it's new one. So it's okay, like if you have 6th one, not a problem. Okay, Karen notes is number 1 for the MC clinical. Okay, Then John Muttak, 7th edition. The John Muttak also has a patient education part. You can also take help from that one. But if you go through Karanor's well, I think that's quite enough. Handbook. See, some people get confused and ask me, Doctor, handbook, the cases I saw, they're so big, the cases. How can I finish in 8 minutes? The thing is, you don't have to finish everything in 8 minutes. It depends on the task. Okay, it depends on the task actually, that what is task is asking. If they are asking like the history taking and the physical examination, that means you don't have to go that part actually. In some cases, depends on the cases as well. And one more thing, among the 8 minutes, like first 20 seconds I would say is like the that knock knock, and then enter the greetings, and the examiner will introduce the role player. So that part takes 20 seconds to 30 seconds. So I would say it's like like this minute. So you have to perform. You also you have to open a case properly, you have to close a case properly. Okay, everything carries a mark, and don't make any critical error, and try to have a in general everything should be good. So that's called the global scoring. Global scoring is more important, and try not to make any gross error. I think we all have gone through medical school, like in the final professional exam, the teachers few things if you don't do, the professor is to get angry. So same thing here actually, don't do any gross mistake. So I'll try to teach you those things as well, in every cases what could be a critical error. Okay, so that could be very important. Okay, so and at the same time, some scenario based teaching I'll try to do. Recalls, as we said, physical examination, role play. So we'll try to cover almost everything. Some books for physical examination, like say McLeod's John Muttak. John Muttak also has some explanation on the physical exam. So Shane, Taylor O'Connor, and many other OSCE books I have. I'll give you in time to time. I have a huge collection. Don't worry at all. So different books has different scenario that is given well actually. Okay, and don't always trust the people, uh, especially people's feedback. So like try to create your own one. So there's a bad practice, I would say. Okay, I got it, this feedback looks like more nice because the person wrote it slowly, but believe me, that could be a danger at the same time. Okay, that time might be that person has said something, but while writing the person has missed that part. Okay, so now it would be a gross mistake for you, like when you are following that one blindly. So use that one, but at the same time you implement yours, you try to ask others, so that will be good. Okay, so MC clinical, okay, how to pass in resource is important. We have very less resource, okay, in MC clinical. So one of the reason of failing, in MC MCQ previously was that, and after I take over the MC MCQ, and many other also instructors are coming, so we take it up to the a different level. At a huge numbers of passing in my academy is 98% passing rate. Of course we can't make it up to like this level in MC clinical, but we at least like to make it up to 50-60% passing rate. So if one candidate or two candidates going, one should be passed, or two, 1.5 at least. So that can be possible at least. Okay, so the resources are important. I feel the resources are very, very less in MC, like especially clinical. In MCQ the same thing was there actually. So I came up with bestseller book, like then a lot of other banks, this Amadex Q bank, like a lot of things are coming out. So things are getting enriched. The same problem remains in MC clinical. You have what? You have MC handbook only, and you have that old Karen notes actually, and it's not modified. So we need to modify the Karen notes actually. It's an old one. Okay, so knowing the format well. Okay, you need to know that this 20 station thing, 4 rest station, I think you all know that, and 2 minute outside and 8 minute inside. So that's the thing, that's the game actually. So those of you are gamers, I think it would be time mode management would be good. And time management, I'm telling, this is so important. Time management, I tried to finish every cases like 30 seconds earlier. Okay, so so that I don't have any worry about the next one. Okay, I was calm and quiet because I try to finish most cases 30 seconds prior or 1 minute prior. It's possible, you go quickly, doesn't matter actually. Okay, so yes, how to approach, that's most important. Your English fluency, yeah, this is one thing I want to talk about. The many one I have seen, okay, they're good when they're talking, but under pressure situation they are fumbling. Another time, it happened, like I'm selective about the teachers, but sometime, as like a trial basis in my academy, sometime I ask one two teachers. I used to know like that person is good at talking, but when the person came to class, the person start fumbling. And why? The reason. The same thing. So you have to practice in that way, that your fluency under pressure. So there's a new word, fluency under pressure. Fluency under pressure should be good. Okay, guys, Azan is going on, so I'm just taking a 2-minute break. 2-minute break. So just stay here, hold on here. So just give me a second. Okay, everyone. So sorry about the break. There's Azan, so I know where to take the break. So I was talking about the English fluency. This is like, I would say number one, even for the Asian, some of the doctors, especially those are here. Even those are there actually. Like as I said, the fluency under the pressure. I'm not talking about how you're interacting. Maybe you are thinking, you're okay, like so you'll made it, but it's actually not. So you haven't tested yourself under pressure. So test yourself under pressure. That's one of the like very high yield thing, because if you can't do that, you can't make it in 8 minutes. Okay, so that's very clear. You won't be able to make it in like 8 minutes. So that's the same. Then another thing, it's a very important, the doorway. The doorway means like standing, there is a scenario given, so you're standing and reading that case. Actually, before you enter, the bell would be rang, then you'll enter. So that particular doorway information is so important. Actually, many people fail to realize. Actually, okay. Another thing, case opening, case closure, the hygiene maintain, all these things carries marks actually. And try to use the same approach, almost like similar approach, like the greeting, the closer, almost similar in almost every station. Okay, also the time management. So all these things are so important. The book list, I already said, like Karen notes, John Murtagh, handbook, these all those things, recall cases we'll use. So some of the lot of other books I will also try to use, because see, many of my friends, they're in PLAB, they're doing USMLE, Okay, so they also have nice notes and all these things, so I'll also try to provide. I tried to see Master of the Board. Previously no one used to use this book, nowadays everyone is using. So I recommend that one, like from the very beginning actually. So now everyone is using that one. Okay, so there's a lot of things are there, like because they started this process and everything early. Okay, so their things are like cream. It's so good actually. And all the cases are kind of similar. It's not like something very different is coming in MC. It's not like that. It's all kind of like similar actually. Okay, so book list, you need to know the good resources: MC Handbook, Clinical, Karen notes, Wenzel notes, recalls, some OSCE books. I'll try to provide some other institution notes are also available. If you can get that's also okay actually. Okay, so next up, role play. How to do a role play actually. So we'll discuss in the classes like how to do the role play. Also I'll personally will demonstrate you like how to do a role play. You guys need to know like how to do that. You think like okay, just go like this is enough. It's not always enough actually. So how to do proper role play, that's also important at the same time. Okay, so here's the thing, I'll show you how to do it as well. And I'll try to demonstrate with some perfect example. Okay, but I can also make mistakes, so you can also correct it if it's there. Okay, so and also we'd like to take feedback from you about your own role play. Okay, so here's that thing, this is very important. So try to give us the feedback, like if you're shy, if you are quiet, it's okay, but doctor, like here you have to be active a lot. Okay, requirement. Okay, so our plan is here, so at least 3 people required. And it's okay, maybe you're not the study partner, or we'll ask someone like among the students, like who is living in Central East. Many are living in Lakemba, Punch Bowl, and these areas in Sydney. Many are living in in the central areas in the Melbourne. So if someone has a house, like other 2 3 can come, like the other female doctors, or if there's 2 male doctors, like the male and 2 3 male doctors, all together, they can practice. And you can keep record. This is another important thing, you can keep record actually. So 3 or 4 people would be good actually. Okay, one can make the videos at the same time. So you all try to practice, try to correct each other, and try to upload those video things. So this is a new thing I'm just introducing here, but it will make thing happen. I'm believing that actually. Okay, so this is something new actually I'm introducing. So other academy or the big ones in Australia, they didn't tell me, doesn't mean they're always correct actually. So every time there could be something new, okay, and which could be effective, we have seen in past. Okay, so role play live demonstration, already this video is given in our group. I hope so you have seen like how things are looks like. Okay, so here's that thing, doorway, ID check, and all these things. We have shown you that one. So it's coming, he's doing ID checking. Okay, so the maybe the voice is not coming for him. So this is about he's doing the hand wash. So I'm the patient here. It's okay, sad patient, because there's a melanoma case and he's tried to demonstrate the melanoma case actually. He will breaking a bad news actually. So he went there, he'll tell that he's a junior doctor in the hospital. Okay, and he is asking me like why we are here today. Actually, I'm going to tell you the report actually. Do you have any idea what you were expecting? These things he is asking me actually. Okay, so and asking me to mentally get prepared for something. So that's how like the things are there actually. So already the videos there you can see, but last day we did it there. So the captions are not coming. Okay, so next day we'll upload with a lot of captions actually. Okay, by doing some editing. Okay, like when at what place what to tell. So we'll try to do some editing with some professional editors, and it will be helpful. Okay. So it's just telling, it's just explaining this melanoma thing. Okay, maybe you can't hear the sound, but you can go back and see that video actually. So, in the same way, we'll try to demonstrate more. This one was done in front of my house actually. The next day, we'll be in the office actually. Yeah. So it's just a demonstration actually. So I'm feeling sad, and so when feeling sad, then you can give tissue. Otherwise, don't give. If the person is not sad, so many people reacted in different way. Okay, so you need to remember that one. So since I'm crying or something, try to being dramatized. So he offered me the tissue actually. So anyways, there will be a box actually. He will offer the box actually. So now he's telling about the what do you know, like about the prognosis, about the depth, and a lot of other things he's going to talk actually at this point. Okay. So we can skip this because you can see that one. Okay. So we'll every week, especially in the Wednesday, we'll try to upload this kind of videos actually, so that you get idea, like how to demonstrate, what happened actually in the exam hall, all these things. Okay. So home task. Okay, for you now, this is the part. This is your part actually, not my part. Okay, making this is mandatory, guys. Like others, those who are my students, they know. Like if you miss my exam, you have to write application. Okay. Is the way to being little strict with Asian doctors. It is okay, because that's how the medical colleges also is to run. So we are habituated. It's nothing personal. We are habituated with that one. I'm trying to bring out the best actually. So there's a lot of way to bring out best. I've been a teacher for 8 years, so I know how to bring out best. So I'll put pressure. I'll try to be nice. So all the motivation, all this thing, I'll try with you. So I'll ask you everyone to make 1-2 cases every day. So we are a team. So collectively we'll try to make something nice. So if someone has a nice other thing, they will share, I'll share, everyone will share, and try to make it some nice thing. We'll try to give you feedback on those cases as well. Okay, so that's the thing. And making one video every week, this one you have to do. Okay, now someone would be afraid, okay, I won't join, he's asking to make video. See, you are afraid in here, then how come you can expect you can go to the MC clinical, like the exam hall, and suddenly finish all the 20 stations, so 16 stations, like for Bida station. So how can you finish in a row, unless you really practice well actually. And when you upload the video in the closed group, we'll try to comment on your video. Doctor, I think this part is missed. The other can also come, doctor, I think this part. And the funny part, what happened? That day we performed that video, and Dr. Tofik was performing. He was saying, oh, melanoma is easy, because he also passed, like, he's one of the highest mark holder in MC. Like, he's like, got above 370 actually. So he said, okay, easy, like, brother, no worries. And so, okay, let's go. But, he was also initial one to, he was fumbling actually. See, it's not about always like the English speaking, because his English is very good. But thing is, like, you have to memorize, you have to practice, and your fluency, at the same time has to be good actually. So there's a lot of things you need to do and work on at the same time. Okay, so if you don't have anyone, we'll try to provide you one. And for the female doctors, okay, like this is one thing. Some of the female doctor might think like our privacy, what are they saying? Okay, think me as your brother, first of all. Don't worry. So the male doctors, the group would be separate. The female doctors, that group, I'll try to make it separate actually. Okay, so that's the thing. And about myself, you can think me as a brother, so that's okay. Okay, so then otherwise who can demonstrate those things. Okay. And okay, the last one. Yeah, home task. This one you have to do. This will make things work, believe me. Okay, next one. We'll try to get you a study partner. Okay, that's true. Study partner, the role is always very important. So we'll try to monitor, like, how you're studying. If you're alone, it doesn't work in that way. Always so many books, what to do, what not to do. Things are confusing actually. So if you're Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Dhaka, a lot of doctors already have subscribed with us. So we'll ask some of our students to also arrange a place, and you guys can do some role play there actually. I'll try to help you. Like, I'll try to be flexible. Okay, So feedback is very important. How can we get feedback if we have a problem? In past, we used to use Skype media. Skype media is good, but sometimes there is problem with sound, sometimes problem with transmission, sometimes problem. So don't worry that probably you can't talk, like doesn't mean, but I'm using it in smart way actually. Like very hardly you used to ask me one two things actually, right? But here the main role play you have to do in proper way with a study partner. That's the most important thing. And for the other thing, if you want to do like role play with me and other things, we'll create some media Zoom someday, like if you want to do personally, that's not a problem actually. But thing is, some big companies also offer role play we're doing, but actually they don't know. Hardly you will get one or two time, because most of the time people are doing role play with their partners. Actually, that's the thing, and the mentors can demonstrate you how to do that actually. So here we'll try to do that actually, how to do role play and all this. So I'll try to teach first of all everything, and then after teaching all of them, then I'll ask you to discuss between yourself. That's like important thing. So you guys are going to discuss between yourself, like theory, recall, at the same time the role play things. Okay, especially role play one, you have to upload. Okay, next up is the class schedule. So class schedule, we are going to start with the pediatrics. As we said, we're going to start with this one, pediatrics actually. So pediatric, there will be theory class. I'm just telling the first what we are going to do. There would be 2 theory class on pediatrics and probably 1 recall class, or maybe you can make it 2. Sometime I take the decision, depends on the syllabus and all these things actually. If syllabus is demanding I need 1 more class, I'll go for 1 more class. Okay, so it is like that. So most cases I don't cut off the class, but bonus classes are added. So that's why I was writing like this. So to, like, if extra class is necessary, I'll conduct that. Yeah, in past I also conduct that. And I try to be punctual, because previously I used to take classes on, like, example, Sunday and Thursday, if you can remember. And I tried to be very punctual, like 8:30 to 11:30. There'll be many other online instructor. Some are coming in these days, that days. So if you're if you're working, and this becomes a problem. And if you're not consistent, how come you expect your student to be consistent? Is another thing. My belief is that. Okay, so I just finished a 5 months course in MC Clinical. Believe me, I didn't miss a single class. Okay, even I went one time outside Bangladesh. I went to Bhutan, but I record the class and I premiere it, so that their things doesn't get hampered. So that's like, I'll try to be punctual as much as possible. But sometimes health issues and this thing, thank God that in this 5 months I didn't get sick, but mild fever and this thing doesn't affect me that much. So I tried to be punctual, and I try to came up. So I'm just planning to finish in 4 months, so it might take 5 months. Okay, so if you are in too hurry, don't subscribe first of all. Okay, if you're in too hurry, don't subscribe actually. So these are the things we're going to cover. We'll start with pediatrics, so they'll be followed by medicine, then surgery, psychiatry, legal issues, then these other things. Okay, classes would be Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. That would be the role play. This role play part, actually, in the same way as you see previously, I made some cases like this. I'll try to upload on Wednesday. Okay, the relevant, say example, if it's a pediatric relevant case, I'll try to upload it in Wednesday. Like how demonstrating, or in our Dhaka office, maybe some other candidates might came for role play. We can also shoot them and upload, so you can understand the mistakes, how we are correcting them, because there's new thing, no one has ever done it. Okay, physical examination. Okay, physical examination in this current course will give you basic idea of all the physical examination. We'll provide you the checklist. I think already I have uploaded a checklist there actually. So all general examination that is included in this course. And there's an exclusive that is little separate, actually, exclusive physical examination session, because like those kind of things need a lot of arrangements actually. Okay, so that only part might be little separate actually, but we don't charge anyone that much. We'll try to be make it as less as possible actually. Okay, not like other academies or something like that. In terms of quality, it would be very high. Professional video editing, professional video capturing, sound. You can hear like how professional sound it is today. So everything will try to make it professional. Okay, and but the quality has to be good at the same time, and feedback has to be good. So I need support from your side as well. Like if you're not supporting, like, okay, doctor, I'm absent, yeah, blah blah, this thing I don't like personally, actually. Okay, so if you are regular, I'll try to be also very, like, I'm nice to everyone, but those are more regular, I like them a lot. Okay, so this face to face might require some extra payment, actually, yeah, but it would be less, like not like that much, actually. And one more thing, we'll make it open. Physical examination you can take also from other academy. If you feel like, in any reason, if we can't come to Australia, like just giving example, so in that case you can take this special physical, because many of the academy, they conduct the physical examination. Okay, but the problem is, like in other academy, they don't provide any kind of recording, because you'll be in the backside, you'll be in other side, and full day, it's really tough. So what we're going to do, we'll try to provide the recording at the same time. Okay, so that's the best part here, because I understand, like, because I'm been through a student as well, so I understand which is good and which is not good. Okay, so face to face, online, both version. In terms of editing, I'm a good editor. I have also edited. Engaged an editor also, because I've taken office, so there'll be professional editors and all these things set up. Okay. So when we should take the exam? Okay, I would say end of 2019, but the earliest would be August, September, October, November, December, not beyond that. You must be heard about the race, about the rabbit and the tortoise, right? So I hope so you remember, the one who wins actually is the. So I tried to be like this. I also was like that, actually. I passed in 2016 my MCQ. Okay. And in 2018 I passed MC Clinical. So I took little time. I was very busy in, like, lot of, like, not only the academic teacher for MC, like, there's lots of social thing. Then there's ICDDRB, UK, a lot of things I'm, engaged with, actually. Also, hosting a lot of those things. So maybe that's the reason it takes little time to go there and, appear in the exam. Okay. So also, I know the academy was raising too much. Okay. So came up with the exam. Okay. Done within 2018. So haven't planned, start working, have some offer, but let's see, like, what I do. Okay, so this is the time I would recommend. So it's okay to go it little slow. It's a huge money you are investing in MC Clinical, especially. So I think it's better to be full sure. I'll let you know how to be sure that you are ready, actually. So when you'll start uploading the perfect videos, that time actually we're ready. Okay, so that's the thing. And yeah, this one I would say is quite a complete course. Like, many online thing came up with this thing. Okay, let's attend that, then let's go to the Australian other courses. I don't want to be a supplement, first of all. I'm hoping this course will be enough to pass the exam. Yeah, only thing I would recommend, some of the Australian courses, maybe you can take some mock test, maybe, because this is something which 16 station test with big arrangement might make you more perfect. Okay, you can follow my theory one, recall one. In fact, the physical, yeah, mock test will arrange in Dhaka, so that's not a problem. But arranging in Australia is little troublesome, as also expensive, quite. But we'll try in future. We'll try. If not this batch, of course, for the next batch we'll arrange for sure. So the thing is, the mock test with that 20 station, sorry, 16 and 4 rest station, that particular one, if you can take with any other academy, like this famous one, Hill, Allen Roberts, like a lot of famous academies are there, they also conduct the mock test. It could be a little expensive, but you should take it. How many mock tests you should take it? I would say 3-4 mock tests you should take it. Okay, and also with study partner every week, like a study partner will ask you, okay, perform it, a study partner will also mark you. I'll show you how a standard chart actually looks like. But because I used to do a lot, because I was myself OSCE instructor for a long time. I was in teacher as China as internal medicine instructor. So I used to work in hospital as well as in the like that academic side. So of course I used to teach the Asian students, not Chinese students. So the OSCE thing was on me actually. So I used to conduct the all OSCE things actually. So I used to make a lot of charts, so international at level. So this thing I'm familiar with. So I'll show you how the charts actually look like in front of examiners. So everything the candidate is performing, we just give tick, something like that. Okay, so anything he did, okay, greeting did tick, hand wash tick, then closing tick, then physical exam tick. Okay, so everything has some parts and points actually. Okay, so this is something, all those things. And of course the course is not 6,000, is like just $499 US. You just maybe need to convert it to AUD. Okay, so just imagine like all the things I'm covering and giving. I think it would be a good course. I hope so. I'm not charging that much, I feel, because our MCQ courses are almost similar, and it includes a lot of hours and other things. Okay, so all my best wishes, and the next day we'll come up with the pediatrics. The next day we'll come up with pediatrics. Okay, so this is demonstration, and yeah, seat has maybe little. I want to be limited. Actually, in Facebook you can take as much as you can. It's not a problem, but I want to be limited, and I just want to shut down in next 2 or 3 days. Yeah, because this is the batch. I like to make most people out of it. So maybe those of you who are left, please try to contact and get admitted. Okay, so some of you are maybe confused on something. So I just want to be limited with this batch actually. In MCMCQ we have, I have 350 students in general, so you can understand, like, but here I don't want to take, like, in the first batch, like, that amount. So I just want to, most bookings are already there. Some people are left in making payment, or they didn't confirm me. So please confirm me, like, so that we can start with you, because and I'm making a closed group. After today we'll get into the closed group actually. So I'll add you to the closed group. Those of you have make payments, and those of you have confirmed, we'll just transfer you to the closed group. And I'm just telling you right now, we'll come up with more nice schedule. So the next day it would be pediatrics class. The next day it would be pediatrics class actually. So it's okay, the first class we can go a little slow, not a problem. So this Wednesday, even though it's a day of role play, but we can start with a theory class of pediatrics. Next Sunday it would be also, like, class of pediatrics theory as well. And next after Sunday, oh, just a second, no, sorry, Saturday, I'm telling Sunday because it's my regular batch. Sorry, I'm sorry. Then there'd be the Monday, right? Monday would be recalls on pediatrics. Monday, PD recalls. And Wednesday, pedi role play. So you'll enjoy. Okay. Eventually it would get popular, I'm telling you, my courses. I'll just try to come up with something unique, and I hope so you'll like it actually. Yeah. So don't worry, and thank you so much for today. I'm not getting into, because I'm a bit sick today actually. That's like, like health issues, and so much admissions for this coming February for MCMCQ. We're recruiting almost like 200, 300 candidates in a row. So many calls are going. So I myself get a little sick actually because of that. So just consider me for today. I just wanted to get the orientation class today, and the next Wednesday we'll come up with. And already we have uploaded the Karen notes, so you can see the Karen notes, you can see the handbook. Also I will specify some cases for you from the pediatrics. Those will help you at the same time. So the closed group I'm making just at tonight, and we'll add you guys actually into that group. So like, before that, thank you so much. And there's already 2 3, like, we can say sneak peek, like, means little demo, or these things are given. here. You can check it. You can check it. Not a problem. You can just check it. I can upload. Re-upload here. And I hope so I won't disappoint you guys. Okay. Thank you so much for trusting on me. Like the 90% are my own students. So that shows the trust. Okay. So thank you so much for that. Okay. Have a nice day, and see you on Wednesday with the pediatrics theory class from the Karen notes and relevant John Muttak and all these things. You guys can start studying the pediatrics, but I will guide you at the same time. So thank you so much. This is Dr. Shahriar.